My name's Barney Greenwald.
Pleased to meet you. Have a crack up?
Yeah.
Are you our lawyer?
Well, I'm a lawyer.
This is Ensign Keith, Lieutenant Keefer.
Keith, you're the co-defendant.
Yes, sir.
And you, Mr. Keefer?
I'm holding his coat.
What does that mean?
I'm a friend of the family.
That's pretty flip under the circumstances, Mr. Keefer.
Sorry. I was on board the Caine, communications officer.
I'm going to be frank with you two. I've read the preliminary investigation very carefully, and I think that what you've done stinks.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, then why are you taking the case?
I didn't say I'd take it. I told legal I'd have a talk with Mr. Maryk. Whether I take it or not depends on what he has to say.
Steve, maybe you'd better get yourself another lawyer.
Try it. 8 other officers have already turned it down. I don't want to upset you too much, but at the moment you have an excellent chance of being hanged.
We'll answer anything you want to know, Mr. Greenwald.
All right, Mr. Maryk, which are you? A fool or a mutineer? There's no third possibility.
Well, I guess the only way I could prove I was right was to let the ship go down.
3 ships were lost in the typhoon, you know.
Sure. And 194 stayed afloat without the executive officer relieving the skipper.
There wasn't any other choice.
Hold it, Willie. Okay, maybe I was a fool, but I'm not a mutineer.
He should get a medal for what he did. He had a paranoid skipper who went to pieces when the ship was in danger. And he saved the ship.
The Navy has 3 psychiatrists who are prepared to testify that Captain Queeg is completely sane.
Sure. Paranoids are clever. They walk a thin dividing line between sanity and lunacy.
Are you a psychiatrist, Mr. Keefer?
No, I'm a writer. It's my business to be a judge of human behavior.
I see. And you were the first one to notice the captain's psychotic symptoms.
Yes.
You explained all this very carefully to Mr. Maryk, of course.
I discussed it, yes.
Well, that's an interesting point. Would you be prepared to repeat it on the witness stand?
Why not?
Mr. Keefer, you ought to take a look at Article 186 of Navy Regulations. An officer relieving his commanding officer or recommending such action, together with all others who so counsel, must bear the legitimate responsibility for and must be prepared to justify such action.
That's confusing the issue. I'm not on trial. If I were, I'd take the rap with the others.
It's too bad we can't use you as an expert on psychiatry. After all, you made the diagnosis.
Yes. The atmosphere's getting a little thick in here. If you can get along without me, I'll wait in the hall.
Tom had nothing to do with it. It was my decision. Nobody counseled me. Nobody told me what to do.
Sure.
Will you take the case?
I'd much rather prosecute.
Well, I guess I can't blame you.
I'll take it.
How do we plead?
Your case depends on Maryk.
Well, then how do I plead?
Not guilty, of course. You're a great naval hero.